That'll really condition us all good for the next,
Yeah, all right, we're on.
All right. We will call the meeting to order and show that everyone is in attendance. And we will move on to 2, approve or modify the agenda.
The agenda that you have in front of you is the correct one.
This is the most current?
Yeah.
All right, I'll accept the motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve tonight's agenda as written.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Pete, seconded by Ann. All those in favor? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to 3, approving the minutes of the July 16th, 2025 meeting. This morning, they look pretty good to me. Yeah.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of the July 16, 2025 meeting.
Okay, motion by Ann, seconded by Kevin. All those in favor? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to action item, certificate of commitment of wastewater for user rates.
Yep. Oh, how come this is in different, this happens to me every once in a while, that my agenda that I'm drawing off of the drive is not the right one.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah, so hold on a second, just let me.
Sure.
You're looking at the right one, but just let me
Get the right one up on the
get
screen.
the right one up on the screen.
Sure.
Come on.
Today had to be the nicest day in the summer.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous out today.
Yeah.
No flies.
Yeah,
Nice day.
just enough breeze to keep them warm.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yes, okay, now we're, yep,
Good now?
yep,
All right.
yep.
So,
I looked up there and like, something's missing.
wait a minute.
Yep.
All right, so certificate of commitment of wastewater user rates.
Yep, so we had approved the wastewater rates, but we have a certificate of commitment form that we've done each year. It's not required by law, it's not required at all, but the council has signed it over the past several years,
Mhm.
just to put in the book, in Jess's book, so this is for that. It's a 7.5, we determined a 7.5% increase, and, or was that with the increase? Where did you put it? Yes, okay. And this is the document to sign, it matches the budget that we approved at the town annual meeting.
Okay.
So it's here to sign.
Perfect. We'll sign that at the close of the meeting. All right. So we will move on to wastewater abatement for account number 122, 116 Tyler Street.
So we have one, right now, it's one wastewater abatement to correct a deed, help correct an issue that was created by a deed. So, do you remember Clavette's cluster of properties there?
Right.
So somebody bought those clusters of property, and one of them has been, the sewer has been converted, the building has been converted to something other than housing. And so the sewer was capped, and Rick has confirmed that it's capped. And then the apartment building beside it, kind of the same thing, there's a deed issue with it that they're trying to correct. It's the way the addressing was, and so the bill came out and was creating a false, like the wrong bill in the system. So we're just correcting that, and Jess has looked at it, Rick signed off on it, and it's just to correct that disconnection.
Okay.
It's shown as a disconnection, and then there's a $717.54 abatement on it.
I'll make a motion, we abate account number 122, 116 Tyler Street for $717.54.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Pete, seconded by Kevin.
One of the things that happened is they ended up paying the bill for the one that was capped and not
The one that was
not the
still
one
used.
that it should have gone to.
Did
is
it
part of the
transfer
issue.
to that one?
It will transfer,
Okay.
but we just gotta make sure that we close that account, and this is how we're closing the account, by giving the abatement and then having it paid.
All right. All those in favor? Motion carries. You good, Uncle Paul?
Yeah, keep going, I'm good.
Okay. We'll move on to old business, CDS funding for the fire station.
And so the groundwork equipment is there, so they're supposed to get started here any day. We're just kind of waiting for that. There's a deed issue that they're clearing up right now, and some signatures are coming on Saturday that's gonna clean up the deed issue for one of those properties, but that'll be rectified. And we should be full on, should be going from there on. So,
Excellent.
just waiting on them to get started. They're moving equipment there one piece a day, so, and the clock has started, so that's on them. If they
Yeah.
don't finish on the date that they contracted for, there's penalties in there, so. But I know they're gonna get started, so.
Excellent, okay. We will move on to B, CDBG Community Enterprise Grant for the yacht demo,
Yeah.
foundation estimates.
So I've reached out to a couple places to get foundation estimates. One of them is Haney's, and that's with the foam,
The ICF.
with whatever that stuff is yet. So just, I sent Troy the dimensions, the exact dimensions of the building, and he's gonna get back to me on that. So we have about $53,000 to work with to get that foundation installed and get the building moved. And I was given a name by somebody up north here, somebody that might be able to move this building. So, without having to bring somebody here from Bangor. So I'm hoping that we can make that happen without having to, dead end somebody all the way up here with a machine to move that building.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how that plays out. But that's the next phase of this project, and I've already been in contact with CDBG about, so this is on a community enterprise grant. What we want to do next is a business enterprise grant, and so that'll be to finish the inside of the building, get whatever equipment that can help the Yorks. That'll be through the town, but in partnership with the Yorks.
Excellent,
That's the next step.
excellent. All right. We will move on to C, CDBG Community Enterprise Grant for the facades.
And so, we've had a little bit of a holdup because of the main historic preservation, letter that we need for the gateway. But, talking to Terry Ann, we're gonna move forward with the other three properties, and we'll circle back around and get the gateway once we can navigate that.
Gady.
Gady.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The issue, the issue is that I think there's some misunderstanding in main historic preservation about the era that they want to renovate to. Like they're renovating, they want the renovations to be based on a certain era. Like, they don't want half the building to be 1929 and another part to be 1943, for example, because there were things that changed in those periods. So they're trying to help them navigate that. Dayton, the historic preservation only had a couple photographs, and they were not dated properly on the internet. So they're looking at those. It's not what Dayton has. Dayton has 400 pictures of this place all those years through. So, and one of the things I requested, and I'm hoping next week to have a meeting with everybody all in one place. So that, and that's why when I called Maine Historic Preservation, I said, look, the letter that you send me, can somebody translate this into English? Like, so an average person can read this and understand what it is you're asking for, because
Yeah.
I know you've written it so that it's in keeping with preservation, but just explain to me in layman's terms what it is you're saying needs to happen here. And so I asked them if we could have a meeting with Dayton, Jason, myself, and the historic preservation people, and Terry Ann, to talk about what exactly it is that they want, so everybody's on the same page. So I'm not relaying
Right.
information.
There's no confusion, there's no, yeah.
You know, and Dayton and Jason are willing to do that, and what they're trying, what they're trying to do is help them get on the National Registry.
Yes.
They want them to do these facade improvements that help get them on the National Registry. That way they can get federal historic tax credits. It'll open them up to a whole new stream of potential funding and opportunities to fix that place, so.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing, just sometimes somebody sends a letter, you read it like, what on earth?
And you've been down that road before, so I like that, I like the approach you're taking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just let's,
No,
let's
it's-
get everybody at the table,
That's
everybody's on the same page,
That's
everybody
good.
understands when they leave the table, and let's get the job done, so.
Yeah,
perfect.
That's what
I
we're
like
doing.
it.
And then the other three jobs we're ready to start moving forward on, so we can start getting estimates for the work and get bids out. And
Good.
CDBG hasn't gotten the funding in their account yet, but they know it's coming, it just hasn't landed yet, so as soon as it lands, be able to get started. So that affects like James, the Center building,
Yeah.
and then the old FHA building.
Excellent. Okay, we will move on to D, Van Buren Recreation Department renovations.
Yeah, so starting to get that moving forward here. I had a hard time getting hold of Glenn, but I didn't realize his mom had passed away. So, he happened to come in the office this afternoon to see me, and I told him, go ahead and fix the chimney
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
start getting to work on it. So he's like, yep, next week I'll get started, and next week or the week after. So get that part finished first, then we'll start moving on and get the rest of it going. We'll figure out what we're gonna appropriate, and we'll get going.
Excellent. Okay, moving on to new business. Bid discussion for library and ambulance garage roofs.
Yeah, so I opened the bids when I got back last week. So I'm just gonna read them out loud to council. I didn't contact anybody and tell them they were low bid or whatever bid they were. I thought I'd bring it to you guys, we talked about it. So, Able Memorial Library, AM Construction, who's building the fire station, their bid was $37,800. And I just wanted, just a quick reminder to council, this is below the threshold that was determined by our charter that we actually need bids for. But putting this out to bid, I want to put this out to bid so that we had all the requirements we were requesting for these roof repairs,
Yeah.
so they didn't short us on what we wanted done.
Yes.
Okay, how much again?
So AM Construction, $37,800.
Yep, that was just for the library.
This is just the library.
Okay.
We'll do the library first. Dairy Roofing out of Dairy, New Hampshire, $36,985.
Okay.
And then NABR, $43,575. So the low bid in this is Dairy Roofing,
Last one was 43,000?
$43,575.
Okay.
And my recommendation would be, in this case, to go with the lowest bid. So that would be Dairy Roofing, $36,985. And if they decide after being offered the bid, they don't wanna take it, it goes to the next lowest.
So, you sent that packet out for bids with all of the stipulations?
Yes, all
What
the
we wanted
requirements,
for-
everything is there, and there was a sheet that they needed to return with the bid,
Uh-huh.
acknowledging that they had all the requirements. They would meet all the requirements, so they knew it was there,
To be done this year,
to be done this year.
Perfect.
All right, I'll make a motion, sorry.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I'll wait till you entertain it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'll make a motion that we go with the lowest contracted bid from Dairy Roofing, New Hampshire, $36,985 for the library.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Pete, seconded by Ann. All those in favor?
So their proposed commencement date of this project is 2 weeks after the bid is awarded, so that they can order the materials. And then they believed it would take about a week to finish the project.
Perfect.
Just in
Good time
time.
of the year to be doing that too, so.
Just in time, yeah.
Okay? So then now, the ambulance building roof. So AM Construction bid 15,800. Dairy Roofing bid 15,985. And NABR bid 17,480. So the low bidder in this is AM Construction. And my recommendation to council would be to take that bid. Andrew has already called actually and asked if we open the bids, he was interested to know.
Okay, so, hang on just a sec. So we got 37,800 and 15,800. So A and M, both buildings is 53,600. 36,985. 15,985. 10, 17, 19, 12. Okay, so in dairy is 50, both buildings are 57,000, so, 51,000. Yeah. Okay,
And my thinking is we get them both done at the same time by two different contractors, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We end up
Wait for him to do one.
We're
and
going
then
per
2
building,
weeks.
so the contracts are per building.
Yeah,
So I'll make a motion that we accept AM Construction for $15,800 to do the ambulance roof.
yeah.
I'll second that.
He's saying he could start on the 25th of August and be done by the 26th.
I don't doubt it.
It's gonna be quick there, so that roof is pretty easy, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
it?
cut and dry.
Would be easy for me, but for people who do roofing, they'll rip right through that.
Okay, motion by Pete, seconded by Ann, all those in favor? Motion carries.
So in their bid, is that they have to dispose of the old stuff too, right? Okay.
okay, so let me go over this, make sure I got all my notes correct. Okay, so for the library, there was a motion by Peter, seconded by Ann, to award the library roof to Dairy Construction.
Correct. 36,985.
Okay. Second motion by Peter, seconded by Ann, for the ambulance building to
A&M,
A&M in the amount of
15,800.
58, okay. I just wanna make sure I write these down correctly.
Yep.
Thank you.
Perfect. Right. That'll be good to get those,
Get that done.
get that done there
Yep,
before,
we're done before winter.
before the snow starts flying. All right, we will move on to B, Main Street Park improvements.
Yeah, so I have a meeting on Monday with Job Corps, and I'm meeting with the carpentry class, the cement class, and the painting class. And I want to get them to help us create a project to redevelop that Main Street Park, so, where the bandstand is, using all the skills that they have. So, I'll bring that back to council, but that is in the TIF district. And a lot of this labor, this is gonna be labor work for free. So we could probably do some pretty cool development down there, like a
just
real nice
materials.
fire pit with seating.
Did you see what Job Corps did at Park and Limestone?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Can
that's-
we include a ramp for the bandstand?
Yes,
An
yeah,
ADA ramp?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Not only there,
yeah.
Well, we'll,
but for now, yeah.
What do you mean not only there?
Well, anything that we have that's accessible to the public.
Yeah, well, a lot of our stuff, like with the grants, we have require that
Yeah.
anyway. Like our municipal building renovation, that all has to be.
Well, no, what I'm talking about, like at the garden center, we got the other gazebo down there, that's all public accessible.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That should be an easy fix, though.
no,
I mean, that's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
quick little,
we have to,
Yeah.
but since it got mentioned that.
It was brought to our attention on Music on Main.
So, yeah, we were just.
Well, the other thing is, I'm gonna have a porta potty delivered down there. I need Pete to text me who he's been dealing with for porta potties.
Healthier.
But I'm gonna put a porta potty down there too.
Yeah.
Because I think, that'll help draw more people down there.
It,
It's been a challenge, we need a porta potty down there.
Yeah.
People that
Had a
have.
crawl before you walk, bud.
Yeah,
That we're doing okay.
but no, as far as the ramps, you're right.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Yeah, agreed.
Look at whatever we have that has, it's public accessible, but
Yeah, and has a ramp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make sure we're good.
That's part like that walking path, the accessibility path all around the park. At some point, that'll have to be built so that anybody can use it.
Mhm.
It has to be designed that way.
Mhm.
Good,
So I have a question.
yeah.
I had an individual donate a kid's swing set. It's in really good shape. Can I put that down there for now, for the kids?
Put it where?
I was gonna put it, because it seems like every time we have something down at the bandstand,
there's a few kids.
kids are rolling around on the grass and stuff like that.
Is this something that's movable?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Either that, I can put it at the park,
yeah,
but we have swing sets at the park.
yeah.
So it's just a little kid swing
Oh,
set,
okay, okay,
not a big kid swing
Yeah,
set,
yeah.
a little kid swing, and that's
Yeah.
got kids only on it.
okay.
So it was donated and I fixed it, and it's really nice, it looks good, so
Okay.
I'll just put it down there for now.
Yeah.
Get a form written, there's a form that we have someplace for donations to the community, so that nobody held, the people who's donating it are not held liable.
I'm donating it.
I don't know where the hell I'm gonna find that.
Yeah,
I'll do my best.
I'll find it for you,
Okay.
okay?
I don't think you're gonna find that in any of the computers in this office, but I'll look for it.
Yeah, I'll find it, but all it is just a formality
Yeah,
versus, so that everybody's covered, because somebody could come back and say, we sold it to Peter for X amount
And
of
it's all,
dollars or whatever.
they gave it, and it's town property right now.
Right,
So it falls under our insurance.
insurance, yeah. If it's donated to the town, it falls under insurance.
Yep. Sweet. All right. We'll move on to C, ICMA conference.
So, the conference that I just attended was the MTCMA conference. The national conference is the ICMA conference. And several people approached me at this last conference saying that you gotta go to the ICMA conference. That's where you really get the most of what MTCMA has to offer, is at ICMA. I can get half of the tuition for it paid through the Harold Alfond Center, and the airline ticket is less than $400. So it's just room.
Where is it?
It's in Tampa.
Tampa?
But the interesting thing about this conference is, which I'm happy about, it's on the weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's pretty convenient, actually, so that, it's not using up a week of work. I can just work and then go and then come back. So I'd like to go. I want to go.
When is it?
It is end of October. October. It is October 25th, which is a Friday, and would be returning on 28th, which is a Tuesday. So it's the end of October. So that'll come out of the manager's budget. I have the money. And I've priced the tickets. It's not, I don't see it as a big expense for a conference, so.
Have at it. Absolutely.
Do we need a motion?
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay. I'll make the motion that we send the town manager to the ICMA conference from October 25th to October 28th in Tampa, Florida.
I'll second that.
So there's the side part to this. The side part is, I've already reached out to Yala Ford,
Nice.
who is going to be in Tampa, at that time in October. And so be able to go through some of the art stuff that she has done there and get some introductions to her art world down there.
Perfect.
So we can
Nice.
try to,
Excellent.
she wants them to adopt, she wants Tampa to adopt us as like a little brother, little sister. Like a
Of
part of the community, 'cause it'd be kinda cool if we had
We could call it Vamba.
Yeah. Vampa.
Vampa.
So, good opportunity.
Okay, so who seconded that motion? I'm sorry.
Kevin did, yeah. All those in favor? Motion carries. You're gonna have to, talk them into doing it in February next year. It's gonna be in Tampa.
Is it March? March is the Main Street Conference
Yes.
in Tulsa, so
In Tulsa,
we'll make sure that we drag some people there.
Yep. Okay, next. Community picnic at the Van Buren Community Garden and, was that Van Buren Community Heart and Soul? Yep.
So we're having a community picnic down there to introduce people to the garden, but also to introduce them to Community Heart and Soul, on the 30th of August. So we're gonna have hamburgers, hot dogs, and some tables set up down there for people to learn about what's going on with the garden, what the garden's about. And there's gonna be a few little, how to plant it and what to plant, when to plant it down there. And then also, Community Heart and Soul's working on gathering some people that would be willing to tell stories of Van Buren's past. So they're hoping to capture a few people down there for that purpose as well. So, Community Heart and Soul, we still have a pretty good chunk of the money from that grant we haven't spent. We bought an iPad, a stand, and two microphones, so that they can, Stephanie can start interviewing people.
Oh, that's
So, we'll start capturing those interviews and start capturing the stories of Van Buren.
awesome.
So be there, free food, should be a good thing.
What's the date again?
Was it it?
August 30th, it's Friday, it's a
Not-
Saturday.
Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to E, next council meeting, September 3rd, 2025.
Yeah, I just wanted to start putting the dates of our next council meetings on these agendas, because we sometimes bounce around. So, just so that it's clear what the next date is, that's the next date for our next council meeting.
That's a good idea, thank you.
Yes.
All right. We will move on to 7, town manager's report.
All right, so, the community action grant that we applied for the community garden, there's another one coming due, next week, and I've written the grant to apply for heat pumps and new window replacements in municipally owned buildings. So I'd like to get a couple heat pumps in here,
Absolutely.
and then, maybe 3 in the et cetera building, and replacement of windows in there, and some insulation in there. It's up to $75,000, so it'll help us do some pretty good decent renovations in there.
Awesome.
So I feel confident about those grants, like we've been successful with that grant before. And our garden project was part of that, and they've been using that project to promote that community resilience partnership now ever since we started that project. So I feel good that there's an opportunity there to get that and just
Absolutely.
make our buildings a little more energy efficient. The
Is that money
facade,
gonna be available this year?
yes.
Sweet.
Okay, well, the reason I'm asking is because all the rebates and stuff are going away December 31, through efficiency,
Yeah, well,
I'm just asking out of curiosity.
yeah,
Huh?
that should be when they,
As
so
soon as
these,
they drop the money on that, that's the first thing we can do is
Yeah.
purchase that stuff so that we get them.
so these grants are announced pretty quick,
Yeah.
like after the due date, like after the date, they really are announced quick. And the money comes as a check almost right away,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we can buy them and install them later. but-
So I think we had planned on working in that building this winter too, right,
Yeah,
if we can,
yeah.
inside?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll
I mean, if we can get some heat in there and, you know,
Get a company.
it doesn't have to be 80 degrees, but I mean,
Right.
at 55 degrees, you could work in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. That'll go a long ways.
It'll be progress too, you know, during the off-season.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, and we should have the facade of that building hopefully by fall time as well, so the building will have a little bit of a different look.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that'll be nice for
And this will
all
all,
those
this will
buildings.
all blend in together, because some of that facade money is also windows.
Yeah.
So it'll all work
Yeah.
together. The grant that I applied for recreation economy for rural communities, that took forever to get a response on. We were not selected for that grant, however, as part of the response, they said our application was very strong and they wanted to invite us to be part of a cohort, and, which will include multiple education classes on how to get a successful navigation of their grant in the next round. So I will make sure that I attend all of these,
Awesome.
because we really want to be a part of that. There's funding there, and I did the interview for that back in June, I think. I had done the interview for it, and only 200 communities applied, but they only did 30 interviews. And we were one of 30 interviewed, and I don't know how many they granted, it didn't say, but they said they only had a limited amount of money, so they took the projects they felt were the strongest that they could accomplish their goals. But encouraged us to participate in going forward, invited us to a cohort, so
To be in the cohort,
I
yeah.
think that's a good step.
They must not know who they're dealing with.
Yeah, you know what, I kind of feel like, I really do get a little bit frustrated when we don't get a grant. I'm kidding. Seriously? But you know what, it is what it is, like, you're not gonna get them all.
No.
And when you're competing with, like, that grant, I bet you cities from around the country applied, big cities, big metropolitan areas,
Yeah.
and we're a small community, and just to even find ourselves getting an interview was a big deal. And one of the women in that interview had worked at CERD, and really knew what CERD was, and I think that's part of why we got invited. She was like the head of this program, and
It sounds to me that they're inviting you back, this is what you need to do, and then next time, it looks.
so the other thing they said, that they did forward on our application to other funders.
That's positive.
So
Yeah.
so there are other private foundations and funders, and our application was forwarded on to other potential funders.
Cool.
So I do think they really thought it was a good application, we may have been maybe too small, or maybe the applications they got from the big cities was going to benefit more people, maybe. It's hard to say, but anyway, we're lucky to just move on in the process.
Listen, being in the cohort
It's
never leads to anything bad.
No, it's helped us every time.
Yeah. So,
In AP, you're gonna start to see some purchases that come from that ARPA Community Challenge Grant, so you're gonna start to see art supplies and all kinds of stuff being ordered for that. And just as an update, I've already sat down with Don Sear. Don Sear's gonna start teaching a watercoloring class, and it's gonna be during the day, so it's gonna accommodate that population of people that are available during the day that are probably retired. So that's good. And then he's also gonna teach an Acadian history class
There you go.
for us.
nice.
And we're gonna broadcast that from the Connect Center all over the state of Maine.
Awesome.
So we're gonna tie that into a bunch of different things. So it's pretty cool, for the Connect Center to have
The
it
kids
on.
really showed that we're using it.
And that funding that's what that ARPA funding was for, so. USDA Rural Business Development Grant, I talked to USDA about this grant because we haven't heard anything from it. And I have been told that we received the highest number of points that you can get in your application. Which means when they get the funding, odds are pretty good that we will get funded.
Right.
And this is a rural economic development plan grant. So they'll come in and work with us to develop an economic development plan for the future for the downtown. That's what it's geared towards. So I do think we will get that grant. I'll be surprised. Like, I was told we had the highest points you could get on the application, so that's good.
Yeah.
Connect Center, again, we have a lot going on in the Connect Center right now. There's gonna be conversational French classes going on in there. That's all booked up. ACAP has booked several things in there. There's another organization in Aroostook County that is like, NAA, that deals with children. They're looking for a space to have once a week to do some development work. They reached out to see if Town of Van Buren had a space to come and look at it tomorrow.
Nice.
But that's an opportunity to get some assistance there. So that's going good. Community garden project, the gardens are thriving, like we're producing way more than we ever thought we'd produce. And that project is really doing really well. The water collection system's working well when it rains. When it's not raining, it's not doing well. But I bought some covers for the tanks to kind of keep them from turning, like they can turn green pretty quick. And just being covered up stops that. And bought some other stuff for the garden to keep that. We still have about a shed. We still have about 15,000 in that green. So we're still, and I bought,
Did you get some shade nets?
got some shade nets also.
Okay, good.
Ordered shade nets for it as well.
Oh, nice for the greenhouses.
Yeah, and those weren't that expensive.
No,
Those were less than 300 for both.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're not
For
expensive,
both.
but what they save and what they'll do to
Get
help
those
us.
really cool things down. We just
Yeah.
need to get the fans installed in there.
Yeah.
And when Pete's not so busy, maybe he and I can get out, just look at it, how to do it. But I don't think, we just need to cut a hole and build a little frame to slide them into and then attach them. I don't think it's all that big a deal, but I don't wanna do it myself.
That'll take
I'd rather somebody that
10 minutes.
does that. So we should be good. Then once the shed is there, I mean, this fall, I'm gonna start installing the solar package onto it and run everything down there by solar. I have all the batteries, all the solar panels, everything. And that's gonna run everything electrical in that. So all the pumps, all the sprayer pumps that'll be in there, lighting, any of those things we need down there. So that'll
Awesome.
take us kind of off the grid down there, which would be kind of nice. The postage stamp mural is underway, she's been working on that. So the first part of that mural, phase one, is like 11 pieces, 11 different stamps. The second phase of that is another 11 or more stamps. We did get awarded a $4,000 grant to do phase two. So
Awesome.
we'll be able to do phase two down there. So that's underway, she's been working on that. And in the afternoons, if you see a little silver car down there, she keeps the door open and she's encouraged the public to go in and watch her as she's drawing out these things. And just to give you an idea of some of what these stamps are designed to represent are things to do in Van Buren, or places to go, or iconic things in Van Buren, one of them being like the iconic tree at the top of State Street. That's one of the stamps. Another one is, like the community garden, the music on Main, the pickleball, the boat landing, all those different things. So it's kind of cool. Music on Main next Friday is Ryan and Ryan. It's a duo. I mean, that's kind of been a challenge, like getting people down there. Kind of, I don't want to say I'm frustrated, but I really think the best band that I had hired was there this past week. I mean,
Yes.
Paul, those guys were really good.
Yes.
They were really good, and really would have appealed to, a wide audience.
I sent clips to Steve and he was working, so he couldn't, but he goes, oh, I gotta see this guy.
So one of the things when I hired these bands, and I went back to look at the dates when I had hired them, and he was one of the first people that I had hired and tried to coordinate a date with. I didn't realize that the art festival was going on at the same time. We could literally hear the music from the art festival sitting there as well. The Canadian Festival was going on.
And it was their street, their party
big-
remain, so
their big
they had
music
bands
night and
there,
everything.
yeah.
Washburn had their big festival,
Mm.
and that festival has grown like exponentially, so,
Yeah.
you're kind of competing with other towns, and you're kind of rolling the dice. I'm trying to look ahead this year, in this next year, I'll look ahead, see what festivals are going on, try to schedule our dates around that, but, it's just, it's one of those things, you do what you can.
Yeah.
It's been on the radio, it's been
Yeah.
circulating the
Oh,
radio,
I've been there, but,
so,
I wasn't there.
it was just plain good, so. I put the yacht club there, we've already talked about that. Canadian Art Center, we've already talked about all the stuff, the grants that we talked about there, and I have another grant that I'm getting ready to put out for that too. And then lastly, Maine Town City Managers Association, I attended that conference in Sunday River last week. And that was actually a really good conference, like I learned a lot of different things about policy and procedure in that conference, and then made a lot of pretty cool contacts. And I guess the big comment I wanna say about that is, I must have had 50 people come up to me at that conference and say, we're hearing a lot about Van Buren, you guys are doing a great job up there. And I don't think 5 years ago, if somebody was at a conference from Van Buren, anybody known them from Adam.
Yeah.
So I just think it speaks a lot of what is happening here, all the hard work everybody's putting into it. And I just think it's good for us.
Yeah. On another note, down at the conference, I was honored to present Luke with the Rising Star Award for this year. So, a round of applause for Mr. Dyer and his,
Well, the great thing about that award really is, and just I want to tell you what the value is of that, because yes, it's valuable to me because it's being recognized by my peers, but whenever we apply for a grant, one of the things we have to put in those grants is who is administering them and what their credentials are. And that helps when you're applying for grants, to show that these awards are being received by the person that's administering the grants moving forward. And so, you know, I'm super honored, like, because I respect the people that nominated me very much. Those are the people I call on when I have a question or need something answered. But the real privilege, you know, down the road for the town, how it benefits the town, is that when we're applying for grants and they're looking through the grants and see who it is doing the administration side of it, that it benefits us. So, it's all good. It's all good. It was a shock to see JP there, because
nice.
it was, I had taken off to go put my shoes and my coat in my car, and then everybody was running around looking for me, because they knew they were gonna start this award ceremony. I thought it wasn't starting back till 1:30 or 1:15, so I kinda disappeared. So, anyway, it was kinda funny. And then I was goofing on my phone or something, and then when they got started, I looked up, I saw JB across the room. And he's looking at me, I'm looking at him, in my mind, I'm like, God, that guy looks familiar.
And it was fun because I was sitting there, I was watching him, he was back too, so obviously when they started everything going, everyone turned to face the stage, and he turned and the look on his face was confusion. Utter confusion, just like, what?
Dude, I'm looking at you, like, God, that guy looks like somebody I know.
So he didn't know he was getting this, or?
No.
Oh, wow.
Complete surprise.
That's awesome. 'Cause
I knew that Penny had called me and asked me if she applied, if she nominated me, if I would be okay with that. And this was months ago. This was several months ago. So I was just like, yeah, I have no issue with it, Penny. And thank you, like, I'm just honored, because like I said, I respect Penny very much. You know, Penny's one of those people that at 11 o'clock at night when I'm working, I'll send her a message, you know, like, go home, Penny. And she'll say, you're working. So, you know, it's just, it's, you know, that's the big honor of it. And that award recognizes people that have worked as managers less than 5 years, 5 years or less. And it's to try to encourage managers to stay in the field. And so, you know, I'm not shy about it, I say the same thing all the time. This award represents everything we are doing. It is a representation of everything we're doing as a group. It really is, because this can't be done without council, it can't be done without volunteers, it can't be done without the right staff support. Like, it can't be done, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So, really, it just reflects, it's a good reflection on all of us. So
Yes.
if you want to look at it, it's hanging up in my office.
When you have a chance, send me a copy.
Yeah, yeah. So that's all I got. That's the manager's report,
So I can attach it to the,
yeah.
Excellent. All right, we will move on to townhouses reports. Pete?
Any updates on CDS, look, for the old, for this year?
Yeah, so I got a letter from both King and Collins' office that our project has moved forward, from both offices. So just, and this is the second one of those letters that I got,
Okay.
saying it's made this phase, it's made this phase. So it's really waiting for appropriations.
Yeah.
Once it goes through appropriations and it gets approved there, then it gets voted on by the House, then by the Senate, and signed by the President.
Okay.
So that's where we're at, like, we're just, and honestly, it's like, if it gets through those, if it got this far, I think it'll make the rest of the ride. So, I don't think ours is gonna get singled out and removed. Our project is pretty solid
Yeah.
and,
That would be fantastic.
so I do think, I think that's gonna come. Now, how long is it gonna take to navigate it? That's a whole other question.
Yeah,
But we'll get
let's,
to it. We'll get to it one step at a time.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Chairman, we have a VBRA meeting tomorrow night, and does he know that we had talked about a pre-harvest celebration with...
Yes, the harvest kickoff celebration.
Okay, what date do you wanna do that?
Well, we wanted to do it earlier this year because the weather's always kicking our butts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rob,
Although, we do have a awesome tent now.
yes, you do.
Multiple, we have multiple now.
We had talked about doing it the last Main Street on Main
Yeah,
event with
Ruby Red.
Ruby Reds.
Yeah.
She's singing that night.
yeah,
So, we had talked about, we're gonna be meeting tomorrow night, maybe getting with her and seeing if she could stay a little bit longer.
okay,
And even if we could pay her a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we'd do a bonfire there, and
Yeah.
we would call that kind of like our fall
The
festival.
harvest kickoff.
It'd be like a harvest kickoff festival, and we would count that as our fall.
did you already know the dates?
September
12th.
12th, yes.
Yeah, okay,
So, we're gonna reach out to her. We'll have our meeting tomorrow night, sir, and then we'll reach out to her,
Yeah.
and it'll kind of kill two birds with one stone.
yeah, well,
Yep.
And then maybe
And it
when we
won't be
get,
so cold.
won't be so cold, and maybe we'll have more of an influx.
Yeah.
So we'll advertise it as like a pre-harvest celebration type of thing
Yeah.
for that night,
yeah,
in conjunction with the Main Street.
Okay.
I think it was a good idea.
and I still have $3,700 in that budget. So if she wants to play longer, we can pay her. for
And I'll
this.
tell her that.
Okay.
We'll call her, and we'll finalize everything tomorrow
Yes.
night.
Yeah.
We'll call her and say, hey, this is our plan, can you stay a little bit longer, we'll give you $2.
You know what, I misspoke, I still have 6,300 in that
Well,
budget.
don't tell us you got too much in there.
So,
We'll hire Van Halen.
So I wanna start looking at, winter events, and we talked about, like our, Reviving the Gateway premiere, and what a good night that was.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that, that's an annual thing from now
Do
on,
something
right?
similar.
That's awesome.
That was already booked for that one.
Oh, they are,
Yeah.
yeah, they're really.
Weekend.
All right,
Whatever it was.
I've already got Kevin's tie already tied.
February 7th, yeah, so that weekend.
Yeah, 207.
207.
Yeah, the 207.
We can't let them let that,
And you know what, I really think that's something in the future, we gotta make sure that 207 weekend, we're promoting that, and that can grow in our community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
But that's on a Saturday this year, so.
Yeah, it's on Saturday this year?
Yeah, if we can find some,
Yeah,
Oh, we put that last year.
so there's money,
some
there's
other projects
some good chunk
or
of money.
So you better save money for it.
Yeah. There's definitely, that's the thing, like honestly, when I wrote that grant, I didn't know what art musicians charged.
mhm,
So I kind of budgeted a certain amount that I thought they would charge, but then I learned quickly, you ask them how much they're gonna charge you, and then you say, yeah, and we'll include a hotel stay and the meal, and they're happier in the clan with that, so.
yeah.
yeah.
It's, for those that traveled here,
Yeah.
they got a hotel stay, they got a meal at the food truck, and they seem very happy,
Yep.
so. And then Tom Demina that was here last week, he said they would love to come back. So we love the drive up here, and there was a small crowd, but they really enjoyed playing here. So
Mhm.
they'd love to
They were
come back,
good.
and they were really
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
Yeah,
really
Yeah.
good, so.
Yep.
Good.
And the last thing I have is, all the doggy folks are, saying you got a dog station down at Bolt Landing, but we have more bags, so.
Oh, they're on the bags?
Yeah,
Okay, Rick must have more bags at the.
does he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so,
Cause I had bought a case of bags,
okay,
yeah, with that station.
so he was the one putting the bags
Yeah,
there.
they were highway, when they mow,
I'll
they would replace the bag.
okay, and that's all I have, sir.
Okay. And if we don't have any bags, I'll get them to let me know right away so I can order more. so.
Okay.
Cause they're not expensive, just,
Yeah, I know they're, yeah.
yeah.
The only thing I had was I had a thought of, a suggestion for next year, one of the groups for next year for Main Street on Main that might draw a crowd in, Star City Syndicate.
Yeah, so I don't know what they charge, but I've been watching the crowd that they bring with them everywhere.
Yeah,
Paul and I actually talked about them today.
yeah,
and-
cause I went to Presque Isle to see them last week, Thursday, the day
Yeah.
before, so, yeah.
There's a band I would love to get up here, and I can't, they played in Madawaska last year. They were so damn good, and it was like disco. And they dressed like.
Motor Booty
Motor
Affair.
Booty Affair.
Yes,
They
that would
are-
draw a crowd
They
too.
are awesome.
Disco
Yes.
bus.
But they are
Yeah.
expensive. They're an expensive band, but if I apply for another grant and I get the next year's grant,
Yep.
and we still have a little from this year, we might be able to get a band like that here.
Yeah,
'Cause they are amazing.
yeah, yeah, and they draw a crowd,
They do.
yeah.
They do, yeah.
You know, and you, that initial crowd will come back for more.
Yeah, we just, like this year was an attempt to try to get people in Van Buren to get a taste for music in the park.
Yep.
And one of the things I noticed like a few weeks ago when I was in there was that a lot of people were sitting at the picnic tables and the music was the background for the people just sitting and talking. And that's fine, like I'm
Yeah.
100% okay with that, that's great too. When I went on my trip, that was one of the things I realized in all the markets, that there were music in all the markets, musicians playing in all the markets. There was like, one of the markets I went to had 1,000 food vendors. No joke. But there was live music there, and people were sitting, it was a huge area, probably as big as our entire parking lot if you took the building out of here. It was all seating to sit. I ended up sitting with just a group of Australian people I didn't know, and that's what you do. And then you just strike up conversation, everybody's eating, the music's playing in the background, it's building that community. And it was really cool. Well, in the next meeting, I'm gonna give a bit of a slideshow, talk about some of the things that I witnessed and participated in that I think would really benefit us here, that we could really do in Van Buren and without cost, like without real cost.
Boston's like that too, around Faneuil Hall and Quincy Market and everything. Every so often you got a musician and you got people standing and watching, and then you got people going about their business, and it's always there in the background.
Yeah, yeah, and really they're not there putting on a show, they're there just to add to the ambiance of
Yeah.
what. And there are other musicians in some of the other markets that are there, like in an amphitheater type setting, they are putting on a show, but these markets are so big. There were times that there were 5 different performances going on, and you couldn't hear one to the other.
Yeah,
Like, one of the markets I went to, online it says there's 10,000 vendors. I don't doubt that, because I walked for 3 or 4 hours in there and didn't see the same place twice.
Wow.
yeah.
I must have drank 20 watermelon smoothies in one day.
From a different vendor.
So anyway, it was like, there was so many things I experienced there that I'm still trying to just process them and how they can benefit us, but one of them, just I'll share quickly. I took this cooking class called Cooking with Pooh. And she's a lady she's now quite famous because she has a book that's quite famous called Cooking with Pooh. And we met at this mall, and then the 11 of us went to this cooking class. She took us to a wet market first and bought all the produce, but walked through and showed us where all the restaurant food was bought from. And as she was buying the food for this cooking class, I was counting how much she was buying in Thai baht. And she bought about $18 worth of food for 3 dishes for 11 people to cook. And then when we got back to her cooking center, which is maybe about the size of this room, which is where she used to live, but then converted to this kitchen, she had 12 hot plates with woks on them. And then she basically taught us how to cut all the different vegetables for the dish that we were making. She demonstrated it all. We cooked it, we ate it, we all talked to each other while we were cooking, got to know different people from different places. And then, on our way, so that ticket cost me, I think it was $48. So for $48 of 11 people there, she made that much in value of a US dollar. And it cost her $18 just to provide the food and whatever her time was. And then everybody bought an apron. Everybody bought like her book. So she made money off that stuff too. So the whole time I'm in there thinking, why are we not doing this? Like, why is somebody not teaching a class how to make ploys? Something so simple that's so cheap. Ploys and chicken stew, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's a money maker, and people would sign up for
Yeah.
it. And
Of course they would.
I found her online initially, but when I went back to look at my Airbnb reservation, it was one of the experiences I could buy as part of the Airbnb thing, so she was in there too. So, there were several things that I did, there were Airbnb experiences that I didn't pay for through the Airbnb process, I actually had discovered and gone on my own and done, but we're missing out on some experiential tourism opportunities here that are culturally directed, I think would really help us here. I think it would, further put us on the map for a lot of things. So,
I'd like to make some homemade creton.
right. Just do a class like that, if we don't teach other people how to do it, those things can get lost.
They will try.
And I
Yep.
think we really need to, that's something that needs to be thought of, like, as a community, not just, the council, not just the village, like,
Right.
we have to look at it as a community, how to make it happen.
So Susan, can you show us how to make toys? I'm sure your mother taught you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, pretty cool. And like, next council meeting, I'll give us a little slideshow and show you the things that I did and places I went, and you just won't believe it. Like, I got home and when I got up Sunday morning, I was sitting having coffee and I was like, did I really go there? Like, was I really there? Like, did I really do that for 12
It's
days?
unbelievable if you've never been, I was fortunate enough, I was 19 years old, I was in the Air Force, and the unit I was in, we were TDY all over the town. So I was in the Philippines twice, I was in South Korea twice, Diego Garcia,
Wow.
and it's just amazing. And then I was stationed in Okinawa, so geographically, all these countries,
Yeah.
small countries, but they're so different. It's
Yeah.
just, it blows your mind,
Oh, the food
Coming
was-
from Van Buren, Maine, it's just,
Food was out of this world.
oh,
It was
yeah.
just awesome. Like, people were so friendly and, amazing.
Well, they saw you coming and they knew you
Where's,
had money. so-
Well, I didn't have a hard time seeing me coming.
Head and shoulders above
You stick out just a little bit
The
there.
first time I tried to squeeze into one of those tuk-tuks, the driver was laughing so hard I thought I was gonna fall off the bike.
Going back to the cooking, there's a priest downstate who's originally from Madawaska, Paul Zuma,
Yep.
who does that with ploys.
Oh, wow.
Does, yeah, and just like the process with the wheat and everything, just like ploys from scratch even.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, so it can be done and
Yeah,
it's,
there's an opportunity there.
There's an opportunity, yeah.
Yes.
yeah, he ended up being a speaker at a conference and, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Kev? Paul?
One thing, thank you to all the employees that have been working so hard this summer to help us out with numerous projects around town.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the employees. You guys are just above and beyond. And shout out to all my fellow counselors who are making this term of mine real easy and real enjoyable. And what a great group of people to work with. And sometimes you folks don't get recognized, but I think that you should, because what each and every one of you contribute to the council and to the town is is pretty damn valuable, so, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Luke, for everything that you do every day, because I've been in here almost every day this week, and for different odds ends, and this computer's goofed up, and you took time out of your schedule to do it, and, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Once you're in here and you see what goes on, you get a whole different perspective of his job and what's involved with it, and it's good to have that perspective so you can appreciate it more.
Sure.
All right.
You?
I'm good. I'm good for now. Public comments?
And why'd you look to a fan?
All right, so I have a question about the Connect Center. You mentioned several programs that are upcoming over there.
Yeah.
How does the public get information or a list on
Yeah,
what's coming up?
We're creating a schedule right now, we're gonna start pumping it out, and that calendar is gonna give you an opportunity to register for any of the classes that you want as the calendar's being developed. So it'll be available to the public. It will-
Through
we'll start-
media?
We'll start putting it out through like Facebook, and then, I've looked at actually doing a mass mailer with the different classes that are scheduled, and it'd be about $178, something like that. It would go to every household in Van Buren. So we're looking at that, we're looking at that right now.
It's worth it.
Yeah, we're on here.
Ray's looking at that right now.
Yeah, that's a great, I know,
If we can do mass mailing like that for a lot of our stuff, because a lot of people don't get the media.
right, social media and Facebook works great for the younger generation,
Right.
but as we found out, with Van Buren Revitalization, having a paper schedule to the events that are going on available at different places
Yeah.
made all the difference in the world.
There's another music on Main.
Yeah.
For that cheap amount of money, once
For
you
next
schedule
year?
all the singers,
Yeah.
send it out.
Yeah,
Next
pop it
year.
out.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because like you said, not everybody's on.
No, they're not.
Not everybody's on Channel X.
It's been a
Channel
challenge.
X is a good idea.
And
That's a great idea.
I think everybody is, all the municipalities are undergoing the same challenge, like reaching all the populations.
Well, that's and our population isn't that big, so.
I tell you what, the more I'm sitting here thinking about it, the more I like it, because
Oh, absolutely.
for us, and
Even you
it
guys,
just costs what you just said, send out a mass.
you know, once.
And I think people would be looking, oh, wonder what Van Buren's gonna send me this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
No,
And if you throw in your music on Main, and let's say we do this event.
Rec
here
updates.
On our 207,
Yeah.
it'll all be put on there.
So the thing on that mass mailer, the good thing about it is you can do both sides of it,
Yeah.
and there's only one, like if it's, you're using 8.5 by 11 paper, only part of that has to be like the postmark part of it. Everything else can kind of be like a newsletter.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's
There you go.
some potential there. so.
Yeah, there is, and it's not, it's like you don't have to stuff it in an envelope either, you just put your postmark and mail it.
Yeah.
Who cares who reads
The
it?
key, all you do is fold it,
Yeah.
fold it, staple it, and send.
Yeah.
Or put a little sticky thing on it, but whatever, it's.
Yeah,
I love that idea.
that is a great idea.
I love that
I
idea.
didn't read it.
Let's,
For the cost of it, really?
let's push it.
Yeah.
No, great idea.
You know, I mean, to cover the cost, if we have to, we can
Ah,
sell a couple advertisements on it.
We can afford it.
Yeah.
All right, so my next comment. Luke, with your, kind of, I guess some of the grants, like with the community garden and so on and so forth, like, I know for some reason, Aroostook County kind of has been designated as a food desert
Yeah,
to a certain degree.
yeah,
And so we've been looking at a lot of the green stuff, the vegetables. I want to look at the opposite side, the protein, the meat. Back in the day, we used to have a lot of farms, livestock.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have livestock no more.
At all.
And one of the issues for the few that are trying to create that here in the area, and that includes me, although mine is not really considered we do not have any large animal vets here to take care of the little bit of livestock we have. So I would encourage looking into something on that side, because here recently, one of these entities or farmers, there's no vet around to castrate her pigs. And I had a guy, listened to a guy the other week, had to bring, I don't know what kind of rooster this was or whatever. He had to transport his rooster, take a drive all the way down to Holton to have this rooster taken care of. Everybody's in the same boat, and especially for me with the horse people, we do not have a horse vet.
I just read something about either Caribou or Prescal navigating another vet that's coming to town, but I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
Well, I saw some of the news or whatever last week, or something that happened out to the Warren Development Corporation, or people, they met there, I think, and they were addressing needs in the county.
Mm.
And one of them, the big one was, and I never realized it, but there was no vet for large animals.
yeah, that's
It's
what
all
I'm
cats
saying.
and dogs.
Yes.
And it's hard to get into, if you're a new owner, it's hard to
Right.
get into a vet for your cat or dog.
Right.
And there is no emergency vet in the area either. You gotta go to Brewer's.
Correct me if I'm wrong, those vets have to be covered under the USDA, right? For when they're dealing with livestock?
Yes, and so this is my other point I wanted to get at. With the current situation, world situation, the USDA themselves offer a full ride to students who are interested in becoming a livestock vet. Okay? Because they are noticing there will be a shortage because of, if the import of meat is with the tariffs, affects that, we're gonna be liable, and even us, community people, again, just like the chickens and eggs, we're gonna wanna raise our own livestock. And for it to be butchered and sold to someone else,
It has to go through,
it has to go through the process, USDA vet. So those vets are gonna be needed in that entity, or that.
Yeah.
So I would seriously give that a look into trying to encourage some way, somehow, and especially with a full ride going to college. I wish that was offered to me at the time I was younger,
Yeah.
to become a vet, and there is a need for it. And myself personally looking at it with the horses, there are diseases coming up with the ticks and this, that, and the other that we never saw in southern Maine, and they're affecting horses, and they're coming up. And my issue, the current vet I have, is located south of Bangor. I'm the last person on the list, he doesn't want to drive up here.
right.
So if my horse gets affected through some insect or whatever, my horse is done. Because by the time I call him, if he decides to come up here, my horse is dead. And to me, I'm more of a person of preventive maintenance. If they're around, or if we scheduled somebody to come up here once a month and vaccinate the animals and do what needs to be done with our livestock, it would be very helpful to potentially eliminate some of those crises that we could potentially see.
Have you talked to some of the people in Mapleton that are raising beef?
No.
Because there's 2 or 3 farmers in Mapleton that are raising beef and that are then processing the animal and then selling the beef out to the public.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're from Easton.
yeah,
Yeah, Easton.
Yeah.
The couple I know from Mapleton. Matter of fact, I'll see her this fall for pumpkin.
Yeah, I would have to talk to them, because they were at the farmer's market. I hadn't thought of that.
meat is good.
It is,
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
it is.
And,
They're
But-
perfect west.
I mean, even from here, the valley, going up to Fort Kent, there's nobody.
Yeah.
So,
Is Gary still importing pork from Quebec?
Not much at all.
Not much at all.
No, very, very few.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely, a real legitimate concern, real.
No, absolutely.
It's like I say, even the leafy vegetables, I mean, you can get them anywhere, or whatever, but, Yeah,
You
the
were talking
proteins are
about,
different.
yeah, you're talking about, having a class on making carton. You can't make carton unless you got the pork.
You gotta have it.
You gotta have the pork, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so, we will move on to 10, executive session.
Yeah, we have economic development stuff to discuss.
Okay.
Did you have anything else, Susan?
No, I'm all set.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan.
Thanks, so.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll move into executive session for economic development, which is
So I'll make the motion, we enter
7. Yeah.
Never mind. Let's go to Tulsa and get a Klondike.
There you go.
All right.
Here,
Oh, is that another one?
yeah, the, quick claim, or the, warrant.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we exit executive session.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Paul, seconded by Kevin. All those in favor? All right, we're out of executive session, and I would entertain.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
It's
I'll make a
1925.
motion to adjourn.
All right, motion by Kevin, seconded by Ann. All those in favor? Motion carries, we are adjourned.
Yeah.